Are you guys as hyped up and as shocked as I am right now, my friends? The UFC 323 fight card just ended. The last pay-per-view for 2025. The last pay-per-view for the ESPN Plus deal just went down, and it didn't go without drama. You guys, we have ourselves a new flyweight world champion and also a new bantamweight world champion. Merab Dvalishvili goes down to Petre in the second fight, the rematch, and in my opinion, lost rounds 1, 2, 4, and 5. 4-1. I gave it to Petre in what was honestly an absolutely spectacular fight, a great stylistic matchup, but in this time it looked like Merab, trying to defend the fourth time in one calendar year. It seems like the weight cuts and everything that has to go into that might have caught up with him. It looked like he was getting tired by rounds 3. Or Petre just absolutely elevated his game, came in here and was the better fighter no matter what. In round 4, round 5, he was making it, in my opinion, noticeable that he is the greatest bantamweight fighter in the world right now with those ridiculous body shots, ridiculous hooks to the body, boom, ridiculous kicks to the body, boom, was literally making Merab Dvalishvili's face wince, like in pain. Was having to back up. The crowd was going crazy. Merab Dvalishvili, the machine, finally breaks down. And I thought that was crazy just like that. But the co-main event, Alexander Pantoja losing to Joshua Van without getting hit once. Joshua Van becoming the new flyweight world champion. And all he had to do was catch a high kick of Alexander Pantoja, give him a little push. And because he gave him a little push, Alexander Pantoja, is falling down, tries to post with his arm, and as he's posting, the arm breaks in. Bah! Oh, look at this picture. Dude, this reminds me of Conor McGregor versus Dustin Poirier, dude, when he kicked him, boom, broke his ankle. This reminds me of Anderson the Spider Silva versus Chris Weidman, too. That injury had me that freaked out, my friends, to see Alexander Pantoja just, be in pain like that and lose in this fashion. And now Joshua Van, at 24 years old, become the flyweight world champion because of this. And also be the first UFC champion to be from Asia, and also the first UFC champion to be from Myanmar, is absolutely ridiculous, my people. It's history in the making. I understand some people weren't cheering as he was celebrating in the ring, but at the end of the day, this is a fight. And if he did what he did, Alexander Pantoja's arm broke because Joshua Van pushed him just a little bit. I thought Pantoja was going to be able to post perfectly, but because Joshua Van kind of leaned into it a little bit, Pantoja's arm break. And my goodness, my people, drama, okay? Now, in my opinion, I was sad about these next two things, but some UFC fans out there might be absolutely exciting, and I have absolutely no judgment at all. I completely understand. Brandon Moreno, oh my guys, goes down to Tatsuro Taira, and in what looks like now, Tatsuro Taira might be next in line against Joshua Van. I'm like, oh, Brandon Moreno was just right there, my friends. But Tatsuro Taira, in the second round, puts Brandon Moreno down on the floor, has him in the little body triangle. Brandon Moreno has his knees on the floor, stomach to the canvas. He's trying to get up. Tatsuro Taira is just landing absolute crazy ground and pound on him. Some people were arguing that it was an early stoppage. I thought it was a little early too, Brandon Moreno. But at the end of the day, Tatsuro Taira was landing absolutely ridiculous blows. Henry Cejudo, you guys, I don't know if I ever told you guys this, but the first UFC fight that I ever go watch was the night when Henry Cejudo took the flyweight world championship off of Demetrius Johnson's stomach, my friends, when he became the world champion. And to see now the way that he went up and went out against Peyton Tavier, I got nothing but absolute respect for this guy, dude. There was many times when this dude could have quit. A lot of people quit when they know it's their retirement fight, but you could see Henry Cejudo fighting to get back up, trying to fight to stay in this fight. He said, you know what, screw the wrestling. I'm going to start striking. And made this fight absolutely exciting. Peyton Tavia won all 3 rounds, but in what was an absolute standout fight for him, this was a fight that I believe was passing of the torch. Tavia, it looks like he was taking Henry Cejudo down, shocking the world. It was an absolutely amazing fight. And what a main card, all right? You had Jan Blachowicz and Bogdan Guskov go at a draw. Bogdan in the second round drops Jan Blachowicz. You think he's going to stop it. It doesn't stop. Round 3 comes. Jan proves and shows his experience in the fight. He's a former light heavyweight world champion, my friends. Comes in here and does enough to get the draw. It wasn't, you know, too exciting of a fight, but at the end of the day, that was the main card, the UFC 323 main card. What a way to go out, my friends. A lot of sad things. Henry Cejudo retiring. A lot of different changes. New flyweight world champion. New bantamweight world champion. But my goodness, what a great night. The prelims, don't even get me started on Ivo Baranovsky and Ibo Aslan, the fight that had, what was it? Knockdown, 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 knockdown. In the first round, both dudes were knocking each other down. Fight of the goddamn year candidate. I don't care what anybody says. Ridiculous cards on the prelims. Terrence McKinney, never put your money on him. Gets submitted in the first round against Chris Duncan. Was absolutely dominated Chris Duncan. Then all of a sudden, Chris Duncan starts to come back. Terrence McKinney, as we all know, was going sloppy as how. Chris Duncan lands a huge elbow on Terrence McKinney, drops him, locks in the submission, and gets it done, my friends. Faraz Ziam finished Nazim Sadikov. Macy Barber went in there and beat Kareem Silva. Kareem Silva trying to be an illegal, give her a little illegal up kick. Macy Barber, in my opinion, after that, got pissed off, started dominating the fight. And dude, to even open up the card, Marion Santos beating Muhammad Naimov. I mean, dude, come on, man. Just absolutely ridiculous. Mansour Abdul Malik coming in here, the middleweight. Better watch out for Mansour Abdul Malik. I would love to see him possibly up against Bruno Ferreira. Maybe Bruno Ferreira just knocked Marvin Vettori out of the rankings. What a downfield has been for Marvin Vettori. But whoa, man. The whole card as a whole was absolutely ridiculously exciting. Jalen Turner making his return. We talked about the comparison to Brandon Moreno when, you know, he suffered that loss to Alexander Pantoja, losing his bout, then losing the Brandon Royval. He took 9 months off. He came back, went on a 2-fight win streak, beat Merab, beat Steve Versick, looked excellent. I think that's what Jalen Turner needed, my friends. He was suffering a couple losses, pretty bad ones. Took a little bit of time off, retired. You know, you see Dustin Poirier talking about it right now, how retirement's getting difficult. I think Jalen Turner just needed to refresh in his mind. He came back today and put on an amazing display of boxing against Edson Barboza. Boxed the crap out of him. It had Edson Barboza everywhere. The relentless pressure that Jalen Turner was putting on him proved that he is once again back in this lightweight division to stay, my people. The UFC 323 card was absolutely insane, my people. Let me know what you guys think. There's a lot of new matchmaking that can happen in this stuff that's going down. In my opinion, all of a sudden, Peter Yan becoming champion once again got me a little interested in a rematch with somebody who arguably lost a fight with him but went away with the victory. Sugar Sean O'Malley. Did interest just open up again for Sugar Sean O'Malley to get a title shot if he beats Song Yadong? I don't know, my people, but it definitely makes a lot of sense to me for Peter Yan to want to chase that fight and get the rematch after a performance like that against Merab. What a division. What a sport. The UFC, hey, we got one more freaking goddamn card next week, and then I will not be seeing you guys again for 6 weeks talking about, you know, reacting to fights. Of course, we're going to be breaking down and everything, but reactions, this was the last pay-per-view reaction till 6 weeks from now, my people. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Show some love to your brother. This is the MMA Boxing Addicts channel, and I'm out.